If you have nagging hip pain and the idea of being able to pick something up off the floor, even being able to tie your shoelaces seems like a pipe dream, you need to stretch your hamstrings. Of course, you've already tried just bending over and this doesn't seem to get you any results. So here are 2 simple modifications to help you stretch and strengthen your hamstrings. Stand near a wall with a little bit of distance between your feet and the wall. Somewhere around a forearm's length is good. Then you're gonna put your butt on the wall. This gives you stability and it helps you feel more balanced, which is gonna help you get more of a stretch as you start reaching for the floor. As you're reaching for the floor, don't just curl your spine to get your fingers lower on your leg. You want to try to keep your spine in the same shape, nice and straight, as you bend and hinge from the hip joint here. Keep your knees pretty straight to get maximum stretch in the hamstrings. The more bent they are, the more you're probably going to move the stretch up into the higher parts of the hammies, which can be okay as long as that is your intention. But if you want to be able to touch your toes with straight knees, you do have to stretch with straight knees. Just make sure it never feels like your knees are going to explode back here. Keep enough bend to keep things feeling safe, and then over time you can keep trying to straighten it out a little bit more. And feel free to play around with your foot position, closer to the wall or farther from the wall. Find something that's going to work for you. If you're too close, you might feel off balance, and if you're too far away, you might slip all the way down to the floor. And this next trick is going to help your hamstrings get longer and stronger. Grab a light weight like 5 or 10 pounds to start and let the weight drag you down while you keep your knees straight and your spine straight. If you don't have a weight at home, you can use a backpack filled with books. You can use a bottle of water like the one I have next to me, and you can just let that weight work on your hamstrings. This teaches your hamstrings to get long while still staying strong. Once you get to your maximum stretch position, you can just hang out there, breathe for as long as you feel safe, like 10 to 30 seconds, maybe longer as you get more confident. And then to come back up, you want to use your hamstrings to lift your whole body back up, rest a little bit, and then you can do it again as soon as you feel ready. So your hamstrings get used to going through a full range of motion and working against resistance through that full range of motion. And that is how you get strong, long hamstrings. And let me just show you that, yes, you can do this with a bottle of water. Whether you start with a bottle of water or some books or a dumbbell or a kettlebell, at some point you're going to want to increase the weight that you're using to get stronger, longer hamstrings. To do that safely, make sure that you feel the stretch in the right place, meaning your hamstrings, and that your back, your shoulders, and your neck all feel good as you're going down into this stretch position. Once you feel confident and comfortable with whatever weight you're using, you can consider making small adjustments up. Don't jump up by like 20 pounds, but maybe add 5 pounds, maybe add 10 pounds if that feels doable for you. It just depends on how big you are, how strong your muscles naturally are. But please don't make huge jumps in weight. Just take your time and allow your body to get acclimated to more weight. I promise your patience will pay off and it will prevent you from getting injured. When you're doing this stretch, you're trying to decrease the angle between your thigh bones and your spine. When you first start, that angle might look like this. Over time, it's going to get closer and closer to around a 90-degree angle or even a little bit less. Once you're there, you're doing great. A 90-degree angle is good, and at that point, you now have permission to bend the rest of your spine, and then you can touch your ankles or your toes or the floor. When you first start with this, 2 to 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds is a great place to start. And make sure that you give yourself around a minute or more of rest in between sets so your hamstrings can recover and so you don't hurt yourself. Please remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. Don't just hammer it with this multiple times a day, every single day. Try it out one day, take a little rest, see what happens, see how your body feels, and then gradually you can increase the frequency and the intensity of what you're doing. My own battle with really bad hip pain started in my 20s, and I'm now in my 40s, believe it or not. And one thing that I want to get across to you is to ATM. Always think muscles, because your muscles are what control your bones. Regardless of the shapes of your bones or the orientation of these big pieces of your pelvis, your muscles still determine whether or not the bones are able to move relative to one another in the right way. And when muscles like your hamstrings are getting really weak or really stiff or both, it messes with the available range of motion, And as you hit the ends of your range of motion, you hit the ends of your muscles' ability to control certain positions, you feel discomfort. And as things get worse and worse, discomfort becomes nagging pain in many different positions. So stretching your hamstrings is a great first step because these are big muscles that have a big effect on how your hips feel. If these tips help you with your tight hamstrings and your hip pain, drop me a comment down below and let me know. And if you're looking for a comprehensive home training program to help you rebuild your hips at home, check out the Healthy Hips program at uprighthealth.com/HH or check out the link down below. And if you want your hips to just feel healthier and stronger, be sure to check this video out right here. I'm Matt Hsu from Upright Health reminding you that pain sucks, life shouldn't.